Hey, welcome back, my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P-Funk, thinking right out here in the lab. In the book, I got part 2 for the lesson I'm just giving you about the Paute Anuian cosmology or theology, and I'm going to take you to the Memphite, hopefully the Thebian, so the big 3. How about that? 3 different theologies, but all do the same purpose. What? Enlighten. Let's go. Wrighteism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practiced daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get you together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through? Yeah, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish, disregardable. A person who knows not and knows that they know not, simple. So you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know, spiritually asleep. I can waken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock, here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and too. My be true. We dealing with the cosmology of the Ra tradition, okay? And right thinkers, let's talk about what we understand as the Paute, which is they call God and goddesses, elements of God. I keep showing you this. Now, let's go to these right quick. We made these people. This is Ra, okay? Sun disk, Wrighteous, bird head. Okay, that's right. That's God in this pantheon, this concept. He's the God. After him comes Tefnut. Shu. That's the air that we breathe. We gave it identity. That's him. Okay. After that, we got moisture. That's Tefnut. We have heaven. That's what Nut represents. You see the 2 holes here? Okay. Those 2 holes is when Ra goes into the west, she's swallowed up. And in the morning, he comes out, she give birth to him in the morning. So the women were the first one here. Why? Even Ra was born from a woman, conceptually. All right? And this guy right here, Geb, he represents Earth. We see Earth as Mother Earth, no Gaia, whatever, okay? But the original concept was a man, Geb, okay? And that object that everybody think is monument, yeah, that's Geb's penis, because philosophically, when Shu separated them two, this is the picture right here. I got 6 different things going on in here. I can break it down and explain it to you. But if you don't know, what the hell going on there? Okay, same here. Look at the headdress of all these people. Okay, Tefnut is the lioness. She got this the sun disk. That means she represents God, Ra. Okay, then you got heaven, which is Nut. She swallows up Ra and gives birth to him. Then you got Geb. He represents Earth. He got a duck on his head. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, now all these people have headdress, and the headdress is significant. Geb got the duck. He's the great quackler. That's Earth was said by man, not woman. The next one behind that, that's Aset. She had the vulture headdress. She got the cow horns. She got the sun disk that represents Ra. See that little top right there? That goes into Nut, comes out, Nut goes to come out in birth. So she got that on her head, representing God. And you see her with the throne. She represents the throne. Asar, this is him right here. He represents the mark of the beast. The spirit and man started with him. He's Asar, he's the spirit and man. You see, he got the headdress on, he got the flail, you don't see, but one leg, he don't do nothing. He just stands there and everybody takes care of him. He being waited on. Then you got this guy right here. This is your devil. We know him as Set. This is your ego. So the devil lies in you. The devil is in you, just like God is. He share what? You make the choice. Why? Maat tells you that. You can either be the devil or you can serve God. Moving on. That's why he got this unique look. Aardvark, square ears. He don't look like nothing. He's unique, one of a kind. Don't need but one. And he can't create offspring. He ain't in God's image. How about that? He can't multiply. All right? This is Nephthah, the sister of Aset. She represents mortality. Anything that's born will die. That's what she represents, mortality. Her sister represents immortality. And this is us, Haru After we conquer our physical form here on earth, this is what we get. All the regalia of our Father, okay? We sitting like him on the throne. What? Of our mastery of ourselves. All of this is about you bettering yourself. That book, that Bible y'all got, it's the same thing. So let me break this down for you right quick. I can get up at a half a page, and if I got time, I can get the men fight theology. All these are just concepts that they set forth that you can follow and manifest. And all of them will do what? Get you to God. If you're Muslim, you can get to Allah. If you're Christian, you get to Father God. If you're Jew, you get to Yahweh. What? By practicing the philosophy and the teachings. Same thing. I just dealing with the original. I do the Frank Lucas. I'm going to the source. I don't want the commercial. Y'all got commercial. Christianity religions to me is commercial drugs. I want the pure stuff. I want the Egypt. Hope you understand. All my knowledge is about drugs. Why? That's what I know before I became him. So I rely on my knowledge of what I know about streets, drugs, and stuff like that. So I just use it now to my benefit. And watch this. Now, I just showed you the Paute, okay? From left to right, I showed you Ra, okay? Then I showed you Shu, Tough Nu, Geb, Aset, Asar, Set, Nephthah, and Haru Not just Haru. Remember, means great. Muhammad Ali said it best. I love that. Why? He found greatness in himself. That's Haru at his best. You becoming great within yourself. Okay? That's the greatest love of all. All right. And this is all metaphorical, symbolical, but if you practice it, you can manifest it to be real. That's how you can manifest your own world. I'm living in my own world. Understand that. Why? Because what I do is what I do. Doing what I do for you is part of my world. Moving on. The diagram I just pointed out to you above, it shows that they're called the Enad, or the creative principles. Again, creative principles, laws, forces of nature, which are embodied in a primordial gods and goddesses of creation. We give them identity. It's all emanated from what? The one supreme being we call Ra or Ra-Tim. Ra in the sun, Tim in the evening. Again, Alpha and Omega. Ra, Alpha, Tim is Omega. Okay, beginning and end. But with the circle, there is none. There is none. That's the idea. So when Ra-Tim arises out of the what? The new. The primeval waters, the hidden essence, and the beginning, what the sailing of what they call the boat of a million years. Time and space creation. When he said what? Let there be light. Ra. Okay? Emphatically knowing, yeah, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. But guess what? Our prophet said, I don't give a crap. You good up there, but you come down here, your butt belong to me. So that's the difference between night and day. Everlasting story. In the Bible, the greatest story ever told, yeah, because it's about life. I ain't arguing that, not one bit. But it's a mythological, theological concept. Don't tell me it's literal. I ain't going for that. I ain't trying to say you don't know literal concept. These are all mythological, symbolical, but I can manifest it to make it real. Can you do that? Moving on. But watch this. This included what they call the company of God and goddesses. On his boat, when he emerged, he had the netters with him. AKA the cosmic principles of creation. Again, pay attention. It's about to get good. I ain't got but another paragraph. But the netters of the Paute, the Enad, okay, are what we call Kepri Ra Atum. Sunrise, the scarab head man, that's Kepri. Creative life out of nothing. That's a like when the scarab beetle come out of the dung, they just come out there and just go everywhere. Okay? So they come from dung. Shit. We all do. They understood that concept. So then, after that, with Kepri, at high noon, when Ra is at his point, everybody stopped at 12 o'clock. Lunchtime. Why? Ra is at his height. Where's Horus? Up there. Him up there. That's Haru. Up there. Him up there. The spirit. That's in. You is also what's in that son is in you. That's the concept. And they understood. And then Atum, Tim, that's the end. Life. It goes to the cycle. Young, youth, old age. Start all over again. Cycle of life. They fully understood that. Watch this. They put it in every way, shape, form, or fashion to make it understandable. I just chose this one. Alright? But they got the netters, the Enoch, Capri, Ra, Atum. That's the 3-in-1 God. Hidden, seen, and manifest. Okay? Then you got Shu, air, tough Newt, moist air, Gab, earth. Newt, heaven. Everything comes from what? Twin Newt's legs. Every man was born from a female. That thing right here, belly button, that's the umbilical cord that connects you to your mother. Anybody here that don't have a belly button? So for the women, I had to explain to one of my students, she didn't realize that women was first. Well, they made us from the rib. Who the hell told you that? I almost lost my mind. Why? Because that's, y'all got people believing that they was made from the man's rib. Are you kidding me? I had to maintain my composure and say, listen, women gave birth to man. Newt gave birth to Ra. Every day when he go down, she swallows him up and gives birth. And while he's inside her in the underworld, he got to fight for, it's a whole story, it's a great story. But that story that y'all got, excuse me, I gotta calm down. The biblical story, I have nothing to do with that. Nothing. Please understand that I could care less about start to finish with that book. No disrespect. I got what I got, okay? Now, that book is commercial. You know how I feel about commercial. No, I'm not commercial. I want the good stuff, okay? The high quality. It costs more. Why? Because it's better. You can't get good and cheap. They don't go together. Moving on, okay? If it's easy, then it can't be good. If it's cheap, you know it ain't good, okay? So watch this. The netters of the power we take. We got God, the 3-in-1. You got Shu, air, tough Newt, water, Gab, earth, Newt, heaven. In heaven is where everybody want to go back to. And my man Dr. Biz said, heaven between them black woman's legs. I agree 100%. And anybody with common knowledge would say, oh, I get it. I'm sitting between Newt right now. I'm Gab. See where we're going with this? Now, and after that, we got Asar, the first man, first body, and with the spirit. That's who he represents, okay? And Aset represents immortality, intuitive wisdom. Why? She's the ultimate mother. And Set, which is the brother who's jealous of Asar. He's the ego one. He's the one that represents what? Anything that's negative and bad until what? You have to conquer him. He's a fighter, and that's what you want. You want him fighting for you, not against you, okay? Because he ain't gonna stop. No. So that's the concept. And Neftet, which is the opposite of nature, opposite of immortality, she represents mortality. And when Aset, Neftet gets with Asar, the offspring is Anubis, your discernment. But let's talk about Het Haru. That's the female version of Haru, and that's God's left eye. She represents life force. For sinners, if you're not with God, you're against God, he will kill you. He sent his daughter to do just that, the punisher, okay? The punishment for sinners is death. Tahuti, God's mind. He orchestrates the thoughts. He's the orchestrator of Medjugorje, reading, writing, etc. He's the education. He's the wisdom man. He's the right thinker. He's God's right thinking. And my favorite, Maat. She represents order, truth, and represents the attributes of the Supreme Being as the very stuff or the stratum which makes up creation. She is the glue that holds it together. Duality. Without one, you can't have the other. Shu needs tough Newt. Gab needs Newt. Asar needs Aset. Set needs nobody. That's the ego. But he wants everything. That's why he sits alone. He's a unique breed. And if that's what's running you, that's who you identify with. That's the ego self. That's the original self that you, in the crib as a baby, realize when you want the attention, all of a sudden stuff happens. Now you're starting to accumulate what they call karma. You start to accumulate what? Ego. You're controlling stuff around you by just what? Making noises and gestures. That's what the ego does. That's Set. You got to grow out of that. It's a baby thing concept. Watch this. He represents the life force. And the very stuff, all these are objects and concepts that make creation. Air, shoe, moisture, tough, nuke, earth, gab, heaven, skies above, nuke, spirit and man, asar, intuitive wisdom, immortality, aset, set, the ego, neptat, which represents mortality. Anything that's born will die. She represents the principle upon which creation manifests. And again, I'm telling you, Apu, Anubis, he is the son of who? Asar and neptat. He's the older brother to Haru. Why? Because he was born out of what? Mortality and spirit. He represents discernment. He's the ultimate discerner. Need him, okay? And what's this? Asar is not, Anubis is not part of the Enoch. Why? He's the stepchild. He's the bastard son nobody talks about. Why? Because Set and Neptat was husband and wife. Asar and Aset, husband and wife. Asar is the father of Neptat's son. The husband of Neptat is Set, the ego. How you think he feel about you act that is wife? So he's the one that took away his brother Asar. No story, good story though. It's all about life. And it makes a whole lot of sense. When you study it, understand it, it's the best story ever told. And y'all love that Christian story. Try this one. You want a real story? Try this one. Moving on. But watch this. Now he represents the feature of what? Intellectual discrimination. In the Assyrian myth, he's the judge. He makes the decision. Why? He knows if you're lying or not. He the one that stands at judgment day. He watches over the scales to make sure you get a fair shot. Okay, that's his job. And sailing the boat, I just showed you the boat before. Okay, look at this picture. You see that boat? Like a bunch of Puerto Ricans in the boat going across. But this is the Noon. He's pushing the boat that carries the Enoch up out of the Noon, okay? But now you got the boat. Who in that boat? You got 3 people in that boat, like little Mexicans, don't they? But that's the first one right here. That's Maat, okay? That's Ra, and that's Tahuti. But this is the daytime. He go across the day. He going across nukes. His starry deck lady. He going across heaven. That's the sun transversing across the sky. Now it's going down. See him going down? Same little people in the boat like Puerto Ricans, but now they going into the doo-wop. Before he go there, he got to make a call. Boy, he need the rest of his boys. Like a gang war. They about to go fight Apophis, and he need all the help he can get. All right. But the picture I showed you, that's the picture when Ra told Shu, I need to create my human beings, but I need heaven and earth to separate because there's a love embrace. Okay? And Shu got between them, which is air. He pushes them up. That's why Nu is up there. Geb is down here. And they loved each other so much that they broke the vow for Ra said, don't make love. They made love. And when Ra caught him, he said, shoot to break it up. So now the rule is if you break Ra's law, it's for eternity. Why? Because now Nu is up there forever looking down on her loved one. Geb is down here with the stiff neck sticking up in the air, looking at his loved one, and they'll never get to do it again. Why? They broke Ra's rule. That's the old concept. And if you understand that, then if you're a God-fearing man, that's what you fear. Breaking Ra's laws. Simple as that. It's this concept. All right. And if you that's serious, that's what every dogmatic command. Thou shalt not steal. Don't Christians steal? Thou shalt not kill. Don't everybody kill? So those are things that, but when you say, I have not stolen, I have not caused the damage, I have not slept around, those are things that you hold yourself accountable for. I go with that than somebody telling me how to be. So that's a little different concept. Same thing, same way, but I just choose the old way. That's all. Moving on, let me wrap this up. I hope you're getting the lesson. I'm hoping you're getting across. But now, sailing signifies what? The beginning of motion in creation. Motion implies that events occur where? In this realm of time and space, right there. That's what Haru represents. He came here and mastered everything on this level. So when it's all said that, he go back where? His father. Sit the right hand. Sound familiar? That's where that concept come from. Y'all just thought that. But no, y'all didn't get it from us. Moving on. You didn't get it from me. No. Alright, but watch this. So thus, the phenomenon universe came into existence as a what? Mass of moving essence. Potential. We call it chaos. It can be whatever. It can, but until somebody give it command, control, vibrate it, put that frequency, what it can do and be, that's what that's what Ra did by taking himself out and projecting himself into existence. And watch this. We call it elements, again, of nature. But prior to this motion, there was what we call the primeval state of being, without any form or without an existence of time and space. That's the known. Y'all call it the abyss. Again, once you call something, don't change what it is. Understand that? So I don't know what y'all call it, what y'all think about it, but I know people who practice that book to the letter, and they doing fine. I got nothing but respect for them. So I ain't got a problem with it at all. People who follow it, not a bit. Okay, understand that. But watch this. Wrapping it up. I just showed you the picture. Now, after being separated, Geb and Newt, they formed our planet. Now God can do what God wants to do. He got space, heaven and earth. They separated. This ain't hell compared to heaven. It's just physical. And you're going to what? Suffer through some things. Why? This is trial and error. This is experience. This is what you're here for, to have the experience. Okay? We understood that 1,000 years ago. We still trying to figure out, why am I here? What's the purpose of my life? Oh, what am I going to do? Ignorance. Moving on. Let me wrap this up. Again, appreciate you tuning in. But now, the heavens, Geb represents the earth, Newt represents heaven. Now, under Newt, the sky, as Ra traverses the heavens, you see him going over her back, outside of time and space, okay, in the divine boat. And with him, he carried Maat, who is established what? Order, and the vibration representing time and space. She's the glue that holds together, and formed by what? The movement of the boat, so that creation may exist. So Ra put Maat in control of everything. That's why she's my girl. All right. Now I got a quick lesson about the Memphite tradition or the Memphite theology. They had a concept. This is their God. Like we had Ra. This is Ptah. Ptah is the self-created one. He's the one that said and put himself into existence. But that's after everything else was done. He's the last manifestation of God. And he wears skull cap. That's my man. All right. But let me read this right quick. She taught Memphite. That means the study of the Memphite theology, the God. The netter of creation. We called it Hecapatah. Okay. It was Memphite. Again, the Greeks came in and renamed it. But the mystery teachings of the Memphite traditions are related to the Neterules. This Neteru God known as Ptah. His wife is Sekhmet. She represents the force, the serpent power force, and their son, the offspring, is Nefertim. Asar, Aset, Harut, Ptah, Sekhmet, Nefertim. Everybody had a royal three family, okay? And they had a different philosophy, and the myths and the philosophy of these divinities constitute what they call the Memphite theology. They had their own concept. Again, this temple is related to temples that espouse the teachings of creation from their perspective, which is Ptah, the self-created one. It's spelled P-T-A-H. Some people say Ptah. The P is solid, like the D is solid, like the K is solid. Certain letters in the alphabet, if you learn your numbers and etymology, you know certain words are solid. Like my man Cat freaks me out with the knife. He said, well, if it was knife, he said, what a knife? Take the damn K off him, and you're messing me up. I hear people say DJ and go, did you hootie? All right, but all you can do is understand. Everybody don't have that insight, understand. I get that. I hear. What gets me, drive me crazy, live and live. Some people say live. I'm like, it's live. So I guess this person, that's just me. But this temple of Ptah is related to the temple, and they espouse the teachings of creation, human origins, beginning. Everybody got a creation story. And this is the path to what? Spiritual enlightenment. All of them is the path to spiritual enlightenment. That's what I'm saying. All religions go to get you to God. Okay? By any means necessary. Some of them go to extreme. But by means of the Supreme Being, You want to know God and the things you can do to do that for yourself in the form of the God we call Ptah. And he has a family, the royal family, who composed what they call the Memphite Trinity. Again, Father, Mother, and Son. It tells of how Ptah emerged. Now, this is their story. Emerged from the primeval ocean and how he created the universe. By what? By his will. And the power of what? Thought. The mind. Tahuti. See? We had Tahuti. They're using it different and their concepts are a little different. Ptah is the one with the mind and construction. And watch this. The God and goddesses who are what? His thoughts. Now, see the philosophy change, see the difference there? And it's okay. And his thoughts go to what? Form the elements of nature. Same thing. And what? The cosmic forces that maintain it. Nature. His spouse, Sekhmet, she has the powerful temple system in her own rights that is related to the Memphite teachings. She have her own story, her own way. And the same is true for what? His son, Nefertim. Just like Haru got a story, Aset got a story, Asar, they got the same thing in the Memphite theology. And over here it says the letters of creation from the Memphite company of gods. You see right here, these are Anuian gods. This is them. Now we over here. These is their 8 gods, the Agdo. They got 4 pairs of opposites. Okay, still Maat. Watch this. Break it down for you real quick. Yeah, I'm almost done. I can take it in from here. Now, I just showed you the letters of creation, the company of God and goddesses from the Memphite theology. Nebercha, Amon is still the hidden one, unseen, ever-present, supreme being. We got that. And now beyond duality, when you got 2 pairs, a pair, that's when Maat steps in. Before that, you got God, one. And this is description. You got Ptah and Sekhmet. Let me show you here. Everything is male and female. And you hear the T at the back of all women names. That's described, let you know it's a female, okay? Right quick, end this up. This should be a good lesson. Hope you understand it. You got Ptah and Sekhmet. Then you got the Noon. What the Noon? The Noon is the primeval waters that you see the pushing the boat up. That's the male part, okay? The Noon. That's the primeval waters, the unformed matter. We call it the abyss. So we call it the Noon. And guess what? The female aspect of that is heaven, creation, formed matter. Okay? Like Geb and Nu, they call it the Noon and Nunet. Okay? And now you got Hugh. Hugh is the male version or the positive side of boundlessness. That means everything. Huet means bounds. Boundless, bounds. Okay? Opposites come together. Kip means darkness. Okay? We call darkness our pet. But darkness is Kuk, and Kuket means light. Light to us was Haru, Ra. Okay? Different philosophy. Breaking it down their way to get what? To God, to make a difference. And now you got, here you go, Amen. We know who Amun is. He's the hidden one, the spirit. They still got him. He's there. And you got Amenet. That's the manifest. That's the word that when we go to afterlife, we represent an Amenet. Okay? Amenta. Okay? The afterlife, eternity, field of reeds, whatever you want to call it. Okay? But this is their family. Okay? This is Ptah. You always see him like this. And he got his, you see that? Crook and flail means royalty. He got his skull cap on, and you just see him, he's blue. Okay, his skin is usually blue. Avatar from India. This is Sekhmet, the lioness form. Okay, she a bad mama jamma. Okay, you don't want to mess with her. You see what she got? The sun this and the Uraeus. Okay, she ain't to be messed with. Nefertim, their son, he born out of what? The lotus flower. Okay, righteousness, purity. Okay, the lotus flower in the morning is closed up. When the sun come out, it opens up, and it's around the hood. It's ghetto. It's dirty, funky, and stinking, but it's so pure, dirt can't touch it. A hammer can't touch this. When you are so engulfed, ingrained in what you believe and how you live, be it religious, whatever, when you're ingrained, you can't be touched. Why? You're connected to the source. That's why. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Oh, I'll be right back. We got a few more traditions I'm going to run by you. Hope you get to understand it. We're going the next one will be the Thebian. One more. All right, I'll be right back. Right thinkers, hope you enjoyed the lesson. This is fun to me. I hope you enjoyed it too. But in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I never know that my right thing is to passed away. Learn about the traditions and pick the one that you like. That's all you gotta do. The Jews did it. Christians did it. You can do it too.